What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it. We're back at it, y'all. I don't know what week it is. I think last week was like week, 10, 11, 12, with these bye weeks. It was week 13. I don't know. We have bye weeks, then you got 12 games, and it's interesting. It's all just confusing sometimes. I had it together. I edited it out. I had it right, but now I'm really confused. But either way, Colorado has 3 games left, y'all. It is one by one, but it's 3 games left, and it's going to be resolved this month. You're going to know by the end of this month, and that's something, by the end of this month, you're going to have those 3 games. And the first week of December was December the 7th. I think the game's going to be around about noon. It's the Big 12 championship game. And then from there, it's like boom, 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 because with the new playoff and the college playoff, it's 3 rounds before the championship, I believe. So Colorado, they're in a situation where it's like, wow, we're in the season of life where it's like, wow, the unthinkable is happening. Some people say, hey, this gonna happen, this gonna happen. That's ridiculous. Some people really believe, and then it's happening. Like, this is a beautiful time to believe. Colorado is in a situation where they win 3 games. They are in the conference championship. And wow, when you there, you really just 1 game away from making the playoff, and not only being in the playoff, but having a bye. You automatically in the second round of the playoff. So it's like you even more closer to the big goal. Right now, everybody's beatable. We've seen it. Some good ball being played. A lot of the teams in pretty much every conference that everybody expected to win are not those guys. Not even going to the playoff. And then in pretty much every conference, some guys that just come out of nowhere that wasn't expected, like the BYUs and the Colorados in this conference, who was at the bottom, and like the Indianas over there in the Big Ten. And it's just a lot of unexpected things. I see how Vanderbilt was playing over there in the SEC. Georgia's been knocked off. Alabama's been threatened to be knocked off. It's amazing how this thing is transpired. I don't know if it's just the time, or is it also just you can blame on the transfer portal and how it's operating, whatever. It's not that easy to predict, at least right now. I don't know going forward. It may not change. But either way, everything that they say Colorado couldn't do is happening. It's like a scary dream for a hater. We've been talking last year this time, early in the year, watching the portal. People come on harassing, talking. They nowhere to be found. Just like I said. And I'm not gambling. It's not really. They wanted to gamble. But I'm not gambling when I said I really believed it. And I gave why I felt. And it was so dumb. It was not knowing football. It was not, never have been a fan before and all that. And I told all that foolishness. I said, this is not last year's team. People couldn't get that through their head. This ain't got nothing to do with last year. This is a different team, different coaching staff. Now, the challenges they would have, I pointed out, yeah, they're going to jail, but they have the talent to buy them time, which has been the case. They have to get to know each other and play well, and that could be just right for this playoff thing, because you're peaking. And your depth and all that is really valuable on the back end and the front. In the front end is like, who gonna play? We got too many players. Then there's time work itself out. You figure out who's best for what. You have injuries. You got this, and now your depth really works for you. But also the coaches are getting really, really in their groove. Not just with the players, with each other, which I said. I think a lot of people underestimate that. They overestimate the fact they didn't play together and say, you can't put together a team that quick. You keep getting new coaches, getting turnover. Well, let's see what the turnover look like going forward. Because everybody and their mama going to want to come here. The coaches ain't going to be dropping off every year winning. If anything, they get promoted, some of them. But the culture has been established. And now you say, wow, darn. Haters hoping and wishing and hoping right now. Colorado lose. They got the bowl game, can't say that. Got the winning record, can't say that. But doggone it. Not like a real fool. Not only they got the winning record, far more than what I thought. They got the bowl game, I ain't want that. But darn, they get to go to the championship in the second year? The conference championship? No way. No way Utah. No way Arizona. No way everybody except Colorado. Then you mess around Oh, that conference weak. They're weak. Yeah, I wish I knew it was that weak. Okay. You should have factored all that in, I guess. Because they messing around. BYU has had some challenges. They had a challenge with Utah. We'll see what we like against Utah, but they had a challenge against Utah. They had a challenge against Oklahoma State. They are fallible. They are able to be beaten. And that's even more scary. Because they're just supposed to be the boogeyman that nobody can beat and nobody could overcome. And they're just going to sweep through the conference, hopefully. And hopefully Colorado's nowhere near them to even see the difference. But Colorado has found a way. They have a way to see BYU. Thought BYU just fall off. They can lose a game and still go. It open up some stuff, but they still can, but probably not likely. But hey, Colorado has a chance to be there. And they have a chance to win. That would just be too much. Too much to handle. Winning record. Bowl game. Doggone conference championship. Okay, they can lose. They win. Oh, shucks. And then you start thinking, well, doggone, what is possible? Was they gelling? They don't messed around. They lead in the conference and sat. Something they was nowhere near last year. Nowhere near. And they the kind of team where they're the top 6, working their way to the top 5 in the nation. I don't know how close, but they got to be close. Top in the nation. And when it comes to sacks, they're not done yet. They really just peaking. They really just coming to their own. So when you look at all of that, the offense they have, they stopping the run that they said they couldn't do. Secondary they were able to shot and kind of lock you down when they really want to play. When they let off a little bit, they let you come back and get some yards and all that. It looked like you did something, but they just kind of let their foot off the gas. And what they need to learn how to do is play a whole game to show they can do that. That'd be scary. That they play a whole first half like they played the second, or second like they played the first, depending on how they start off. They'd really be scary if they were able to play a whole actual game. It's not that they can't. It's they haven't for whatever reason. They really a scary team because you really don't know their full potential. But you know the potential they have is scary. They can run up the points on you. They can be a matchup nightmare when it comes to your DBs and receivers. The quarterback, he can just throw 400-500 yards on you. You just don't know when he'll do that. And the defense can cut loose on you and sack your quarterback 6, 7, 8 times in the game. The offensive line ain't really giving up sacks, and when you see them giving up sacks, it should do it. Let them sack them. You're not throwing the ball away or whatever, but it's nowhere near. I really would like to see the numbers because we say if we can just get half the sacks last year, because they're not really giving up a lot of sacks, especially at this point in the season. They starting to play very well together. Can run the ball pretty decent. Special teams need to tighten up, giving people excellent field position. Like, nobody got time to give nobody 40-yard kick returns for fun because they're not giving that to you. When they not put it in the end zone, they're not giving you that. You can tackle on the 15. But everybody got something to work on. If they work on these things, just nitpicking what they need to work on, that'll make them even more dangerous. Almost too dangerous. Because you got to look at the fact, man, they can put up 40 points with a lot of flaws with taking their foot off the gas. If they somehow just so happen to figure out or decide not to take their foot off the gas, keep scoring, not to let up on you and let you come back. If they just mature in that way at the right time, now they played enough ball together and they really just now peaking as the season ends, they ain't got a lot of reps with each other. The coach is still figuring out, oh, I can do that, I can do this. He's still figuring out the toys he have, the tools he have. What does that mean? So the question is, can Colorado really do it for real? You still asking that. You really was confused. Could they have a winning record? In just a second year, you need 3 years to be. All your theories, I told you, was foolishness. You want to base what this man can do based off what somebody else did? a different situation, different resources, different everything. And you want to put everybody in the same box and say they got to go through that. He's shown you he's not been that guy ever. I mean, he didn't supposed to be able to play baseball and football at a professional level at all, nevertheless on the same day. He didn't supposed to be just this Hall of Famer and play both sides of the ball in football. He didn't supposed to just go and never be a coach at the college level and go within a couple of years and just run through Division I football at the FCS level. They're supposed to do that. I mean, certainly supposed to jump over here to the Power 5, Power 4, whatever you want to call it, and dominate. What's supposed to happen. And I see why people are worried about it. Because now the recruits come, not because of the hype, but because of success. And he might have a formula. Then he may get smarter and better. It'll be even harder to deal with. He had so much going for him, but a winning record. Winning record at this level, that level. You're running out of reasons why he should fail, why he can't succeed. And now he's doing it again within 2 years. That's scary. Because, like we asked last year, could he be the next juggernaut coach program? Could he be the guy who get all the big boys to come over here and load up his roster, make him hard to beat like the Alabamas have done and the Clemsons jumped in and the Georgias jumped in? Could he be the next guy who have multiple 5 stars on top of 5 stars? Well, it's no longer a talent matchup issue. Oregon can't bully you no more. They can't say you can't play in the SEC no more. And you can run through your conference, just like you started doing at Jackson State when they want to run you out of there. You was too much for that league, that conference. The talent gap was too much, even on a bad day. Now, you possibly do that in Big 12. And they say, well, you can't come over to the SEC and do it. And then you see they butt in the playoff, and they get quiet. That's what we seeing. I guess the next goalpost is going to be on Boulder, like I said, on top of the mountain. Well, you know, Shador, well, he was that. Once he gone, he was great. He didn't get no credit now. Well, you can't do it without Shador, your son. He was a good quarterback. Now you got to find us. Oh, he's not daddy ball. He was good. Oh, yeah, well, you ain't going to do it because you ain't got him. So he was. Oh, and Travis gone. He saved you. Okay. So that's the new goalpost for next year. But they're going to forget that whole defensive line and all them sacks, except -1, maybe 2. When you look at interior, they coming back. They coming back. A lot of that defense is coming back. A lot of that secondary is coming back. A lot of the offensive line, you see these young boys on there, can come back. Running back room can come back. It's not going to be a whole flip again, but it's going to be a lot of talent ready to come in there. So this thing here, man, it might be a little longer, but hey, keep it spicy. Keep the talking points coming. Keep the doubt coming. It makes it something to look at. Keeps it entertainment. Entertaining. I guess for that sake, it's worth it. But don't be afraid. Don't be shamed when you got to eat that crow. When you got to fess up to all the stuff you said. And don't be vile with it. Oh, my goodness. It's an interesting time. I'm just Greg. Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit the comment. Hit that bell notification for people who say they're not getting these notifications, especially when I go live. And I'll talk to y'all soon.